your ideal customer is a super analytical person. They are somebody that loves the research, the data. Your 1 minute TikTok clip is not going to grab their attention. But if you give them a long paper with links and research and documented proof and testimonials, that's what's going to grab them.
Welcome back. I'm Sinclair Kennally and I'm with Natalie Jill here today. And today we're talking about how to create a dynamic, engaging brand messaging strategy. And this is one of the things that we are both so passionate about. I can't wait to break this down with you today. I think it's really important for us to remember that we're talking to real human beings, not just a group of people. So this is so much more than your, understanding your demographics and your psychographics of your avatar. You are talking to real humans with very in-depth emotional experiences, and they're actually experts on their problem. They just don't know it. So in my brand messaging doc in my company, part of what we do when we're bringing in new copywriters or new team members is I have them walk through this whole training about what my avatar already knows and understands about their problem, that they've already been let down by the medical system, for example. In our health brand, that they already know more than their general practitioner about their specific nest of problems and conditions. And they're an extremely sophisticated avatar and they don't want to be talked down to. They're very, good at taking control over their own lives. And that's the only person I want to talk to. So I can be very intimate with them in our brand messaging.
On why that would be so important, because if we're not talking to that right person, what could go wrong?
Well, for one thing, you could be selling the wrong people into your programs and into your, one-to-one packages and services and wondering why it's hellish to work with the wrong person. You're going to make less money. More people are going to fall out. Yeah, exactly. And this is why I fired, so many copywriters. I just fired one, a couple months ago who wanted to make things very like, don't take my word for it. Take the celebrities' word who work with Sinclair. It's like, my people don't care about celebrities.
No, I think exactly what I'll say that from the weight loss industry, I was very clear that my avatar was the more highly educated female, very clear about that. And anytime, and I would always say the female that can afford anything, but can't get her body in control. That was my very clear thing. And where that went wrong was not doing that with the team, the way that you're discussing. And then when you go to marketing like a 6-pay for an inexpensive product, that was a disaster because you brought in I brought in the wrong type of avatar, the wrong type of person. So totally hear what you're saying there.
Yeah. If you bring in the wrong avatar because you're not thinking about this brand messaging strategy and what's really going to resonate with them, what you're doing is creating extra work for yourself. You're guaranteeing a downturn in your own level of fulfillment and joy, and you're not serving the people who desperately need you.
Absolutely.
Okay. So what else? What about engaging brand messaging strategy? What do you want to cover?
Gosh, there's so much, but I want to say you want to really make sure it speaks right into what you were saying, but really understand your avatar. Like who is your avatar? Not just what do they know about the service that you offer or the solution you offer, but what else do they love? What is their age? Like for instance, if it's a 50-year-old female, do they have teenagers? Are they empty nesters? Are they caring for elderly parents? What else are they navigating? If your avatar is a high-level CEO or COO, what else are they interested in? Or where are they numbing out? Are they drinking wine every night? What is it? But what is it about them? Because when you're going to attract your ideal person, you want to make sure you're speaking into all areas of where they're going to be looking. It's not just about jumping on and teaching things in your demo. It's really what else do they like? How else could you attract them in? Really being able to grab them there. And then the other thing that's very overlooked here is how are you drawing them in? Not just are you having somebody post things on social media for you, but what is the type of content? Is it the stuff that they'd actually be interested in? Is it bite-sized chunks of information, or do they have to dig and watch a 40-minute video to get the information? So how are we delivering the content? Is the way you're delivering it what is going to resonate with your ideal avatar, your ideal person? That's super critical.
Can you elaborate on that delivering your content piece? Like, what do you mean by how you deliver content?
Yeah. So for instance, let's say your person is, that you work best with quick start personality, someone that takes action quick. They get it. They don't need a lot of deep coaching. They're the one that moves quick. And you share an hour-long training video with them. They are less likely to watch that and get it than if you give them a 1-minute training bite that's going to make a difference for them. And then flip that. If your avatar, your ideal customer is a super analytical person, they are somebody that loves the research, the data. Your 1-minute TikTok clip is not going to grab their attention. But if you give them a long Paper with links and research and documented proof and testimonials, that's what's going to grab them. So really knowing who is it that I'm talking to, who is that person, how do they learn, and making sure you're nailing your deliverables and your marketing and everything else you're putting out there to their personality.
I'm also hearing you really nail like how do they make decisions?
Yes, that's super important too. If you're because everyone's a different style and you've got one style of person that you'd ideally like to work with, and that's what you
Mm.
want to speak to. If you speak to everybody, you sort of lose them. If you go in deep to the one main type of person you want to attract, you'll still get others, but at least that person feels seen, heard, and understood by you. Which, by the way, brings me to the final thing with this is with messaging to make sure it's super engaging and on point. The person you're talking to needs to feel seen, heard, and understood. Seen, heard, and understood. If they don't feel that from the content you're putting out there, you're going to lose them.
Totally agree with you. I always think about it in terms of like, what does this person already know and understand about their problem? And what do they need to understand and believe about themselves and what's possible for them in order to invest in the solution?
Absolutely.
Cool.